Good early afternoon on this rainy but cooler and less humid and comfortable, cloudy and dark afternoon in the greater Romeo metropolitan area on this early July in this midsummer afternoon, And this is the Dow Jones real quick. Remember, we've been watching this. This is an absurd rising wedge right here after the COVID dump right there and then the Fed pump. This is all Fed manipulated pump by pumping in fake money, printed money into the U.S. economy and inflating the currency and causing inflation, right? And that's why your gas prices are going up, the dollar is devaluing, and prices are rising. And we told you, as soon as this breaks this, we've been watching it for a few months now. As soon as we break, as we zoom in, oh, that's right. Vincenzo said zoom in real quick and I got to go back to work. As soon as we break, and you see we've touched it a few times. We got down way back here, pumped here, pump, but each pump is getting smaller. Then we touched it here and broke down briefly, then pumped back up, and now we're rolling back over as we zoom in to the 3-hour time frame. As soon as we break this in the Dow Jones, we have a huge collapse coming. Immediately, as soon as you break this, you're coming all the way down here real quick, and you're like, it doesn't seem too bad. It's only 31,000, right? But then if you zoom out, as soon as you break that, that's getting back into this longer, bigger rising wedge, multi-decade rising wedge, and you're going to immediately collapse down to the lower part of this at 26,000, and then you're going to fall through that eventually again. You're going to break the COVID low from March 2020, right? And then you have a huge collapse coming. And I've been advertising this for months. The only one on here in the crypto sphere calling for a massive Dow Jones Industrial and United States stock market collapse. And I think we have a collapse on epic proportions because they can't keep inflating this away, or the US dollar is going to be worthless and it's not going to matter what the stock's doing. And this thing is threatening real quick to fall. As soon as it breaks this Fed pumped, manipulated rising wedge from the $5.7 trillion of inflation they printed this year with Joe Biden, the communist, and the $5 trillion last year, a big government socialist, Trump, right? He's not a conservative, he's a big government guy. As soon as he breaks this, as soon as you break that wedge, you're coming back to the COVID low. Essentially, we're going to have massive collapse. We're going to have 4, 5, 6% days down in the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, and the Russell 2000. Then we're going to quickly, because that's the bottom of the wedge. Then we're going to quickly, not quickly, but over the next 6 or 12 months after you start that, when you break out of this, when it starts, you're eventually going down to the get my shit together box at 7,600. You're going way down in the Dow Jones once you start breaking this, and this whole thing comes unglued, because you can see from way back here in 2008 collapse when the Fed started quantitative easing and the current pumping of the manipulations of the market, how they do. That's when this bigger rising wedge started, or rising channel. And once you break that bigger one, the targeted move out of that is the bottom of the channel, which is down there at $6,100. And it's going to happen. And if you're not paying attention to that, you're going to get hammered from fleece heisted and shisted like the Bitcoin and crypto market. You can see down 2%. XLM, we'll zoom into that. We told you we're going down to 20 cents, and then maybe much, much lower. I told you there's going to be a bounce somewhere, but I didn't say buy. I never issued a buy alert yet. I will let you know on the buy, but you could be coming way down there really quick and then pump, right? Same thing in in Quanta. You're going to continue collapsing. You're coming down to 30 cents. And one more, XDC. You're coming down here eventually all the way down to there, about 30 cents. And then AMP, somebody asked me about that. This thing is still not a lot of data. That's why I've been covering it. There's not a lot of price action, and I'm not going to do any research on this. But obviously, this is pretty standard. You're either going out of business to the shithouse, even lower shithouse, or you're going to have a little bounce, which probably what's going to happen in this coin is real quick, and then I got to go, is you're going to pump back up somewhere along the line like that to make it look like this over there. That's all I got. I got to go back into work. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Peace and love.